Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Thursday market webcast. Okay, daily chart, waterfall, Wile E. Coyote off a cliff, whatever you want to call it. We continue to be in the channel. If you check out yesterday's video, that is the space between the second standard deviation lower band and the third standard deviation lower band. So we engage it here. We stay in there here. I mean, there's going to be some spikes up, but ultimately it remains resistance. This remains support. Resistance, support. We are in the channel. So we talked about 1 to 3 sessions. This is day 2. That doesn't mean we're going to bounce and rip. It just means that this lower band is going to continue to expand out such that 2 standard deviations of price, more as a function of time than anything else, is going to come back inside those bands. Doesn't mean the volatility is going to stop. Just means the channel days are going to stop. So the bandwidth now, it's above 10. So they're, at least to the downside, they're pretty much totally blown out. Let's talk about price. You see the lower band. You see where it is today, right around 3106, at least at the time of this taping. Hourly mid-band matches up with that, same area. That was tested about 4 in the morning. We're now engaged with the 200-day exponential. The 200-day simple is down around 30.50. So you've got this 20-handle zone of price that encompasses both 200-day moving averages, depending which one it happens to be your cup of tea. We traded as low as 59.5 last night. A couple of really nice. I mean, it was another really good day, and it was a day that we kind of came into the room and just said, look, whatever they put in front of us, we'll deal with. But we're not going to run around seeking anything out. I mean, there was a continuation of the discussion that we had the night before. We had missed the Globex trade just because I had decided I really didn't want to trade that night. So we came in, we bought 44, which was nice. A couple shorts throughout the day, and then a couple biggies. We shorted 70. Then we shorted 25.5. We basically laddered down. Ended up being a 92 handle day. Last night we got short 3103 and just kind of rode that down. Covered most of it last night. Got stopped out a little bit for 30 handles in Globex. So it's been a good day for the room. It's been a good week. I'm entering today with the same opinion that I entered yesterday with. The volatility's here. If the news flow is going to stay heavy, then these rallies are going to continue to get sold. I mentioned in the room last night, as we were covering most of that short, that as far as long-term stuff goes, we're just beginning that discussion now. We're in that zone of the 200-day. The battle for the spring and the battle for the summer, buy, dip, sell rallies, bull, bear, whatever you want to call it, heavy market, light market, wants to go, doesn't want to go, every rally sold, whatever moniker you want to put on it. That discussion begins now, and it begins down here at either the between the simple and the exponential 200-day, 50 to 70. So we traded to 59, traded back up to 3100. The round he kind of stopped at 31.05, stopped in his tracks. That's still our short marker. I'm probably going to flip the room on here and find out that a lot of people, at least the people that are across the pond, probably got back in as this area got retested. But I want to keep a very close eye on the 200. I think there's a relief rally on the way. When it gets here is when it gets here. And when it does, we'll deal with it. And until it does, we'll keep doing whatever price and risk you're telling us, is going to work. But as far as long-term stuff goes, now we can start to discuss whether this is going to become a longer-term bear-type market. We're not there. I mean, we've been slow ramping for years. It's all come off, not all of it, but down to the 200-day has come off in about 3 to 4 sessions. If we're going to get back to those levels that we saw back in late, like Christmas of 2018, we're going to have to convert these 200 days, and then we're going to have to start reaching for those lower areas. That remains to be seen. We'll see. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Please respect risk. Respect risk. If you don't know what you're doing, don't trade. We have disaster stops and risk rules in place where we're taking very little risk to make really good handles in a volatile market. That's why, if you don't know what you're doing or you're trading this stuff in a vacuum, you should not be out there. Go see somebody. Check us out. Check them all out. But don't sit there by yourself with no risk rules, because this is the type of tape where you can pull a minus 20, 30, 40, 50 because you thought everything was cool and you went and got a cup of coffee and you came back and you don't have an account anymore. Literally. So please be careful. All right. Take care. Trade them well. More stuff out on social. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.